Good morning, this is Kelley Hobart from Alpaca Direct, and we're here looking at some crochet today. And I recently found out about a project that you can do. It's called the Corner to Corner blanket. And I was really excited about it, and so I thought I'd share it with you today. Also, we have our knit project from our knit club, right, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
And it's called the Old Norwegian Rose hat, and it is a beautiful hat, so we'll be talking about that today too. So first off, I wanted to show you this project here, and Renee is one of our staff members, and she has been crocheting for quite some time. Isn't this beautiful? This is the Corner to Corner blanket. Of course, she hasn't finished it yet. She's only done increases on either side, and then when she gets it the length that she wants it, then she'll stop increasing on one side. So, as all of you are coming on, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them and I can answer them for you. Or you can post comments in the comment section and let us know what you're working on. And you'll be, if you do that, you'll be entered to win. Every week we have a prize. So last week our prize was for a sock doctor. And what's really neat about this little puppy is it's a keychain, and it shows you the anatomy of a sock. It's pretty cool. And guess what it has on the back? It shows you how to do the Kitchener stitch. It gives you a little cheat sheet for your Kitchener stitch. So for those of you who have a hard time remembering how to do the Kitchener stitch, that's a pretty neat little keychain. Plus, I like that it's made out of a soft rubber, and so it won't scratch anything if you have put it on your motorcycle or something like that. Then it won't scratch your tank. Anyways,
Speaking of motorcycles, tell them about our ride.
yes. Oh, we had this great ride this last week, and I was so tired I did not really want to go. Jim has to tug me along by my feet sometimes because I'm so tired. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. And we had such a great time. We went up to Lolo Hot Springs in Montana. And I was also able to, I don't know if there are any horseback riders out there of you that are watching today, and there's a place called Victor, and there's a place called Hamilton. And if you're familiar with horse products, I have my Western saddle is a Victor, and the halters that I always used for my horses are Hamilton. And so I was really excited to see that.
That was in Montana, right?
Yes, in Montana. And so it's pretty neat. I'm like, I finally get to see where this stuff is originally came from. Now, I think both of those companies have sold out now and are no longer in those places, but I think that's where they originally came from. Anyway, it was pretty fun. And a lot of rolling hills and great motorcycle ride. We had the best weather ever, right, Jim? It was like in the low 80s, and it was just beautiful. So I'm glad I went.
600 miles.
Yes. To get out the door, because I guess for me it's so much work to pack and get ready to go, and we had just gotten back from a trip, so anyway I was a little bit tired, but I'm glad I went, and we had a good time, and we were able to go to the hot springs, and it was great. We got some time on our bikes, and it was great.
We gave your hands a rest because you can't knit when you're driving a motorcycle.
That's right. That's right. You can't knit when you're riding, but I did bring my knitting with me, and I did work on it a bit after I got there. So it was fun. Anyways, so this project is one that Renee did, and it's with the Hobby Lobby yarn, and it's pretty cool. I love it.
They said it looks like fall.
She made her own stripes. Well, it's for her husband, and her husband chose the colors. And anyway, I thought it was pretty. These are kind of colors that I would like in my house too. I have colors similar to this, so. I really enjoyed. I had her bring it in so that we could share it with you, even though she's trying to get it done for Christmas, so she's got a little bit of knitting. Of crocheting, should I say. All right, so if I accidentally flub up and call my crochet knitting, don't think anything of it. I call everything knitting. It's all good. So the prize for this week, if I haven't mentioned, I just wanted to give a skein of Swano, and I thought either the red or the blue, and this is a bamboo merino superwash yarn, machine washable, great for everything. I love this yarn, so I thought, I didn't know what to give for a prize, so I thought, a skein of this would be nice. So you guys choose. Do you like red or do you like blue? And you let us know, and we'll send it out to the customers. And the way you get entered to win the prize, and I mention this every week, but I'll mention it again, just in case there are newcomers, is that you post comments in the comment section. Let us know what you're working on, and then you'll be entered. And don't forget to push that like button, Jim said, if you like, because that's great. And then you can share with others, and hopefully they'll learn too. So here's my corner to corner blanket that I've been working on, and guess what I did? I ran out of yarn. It's from Universal Yarn. It is called Major. It's 100% acrylic yarn, and this yarn does all the striping for you. It's long self-striping colorways. And so I was testing this yarn out, and she gave me 2 skeins, and I thought I would have enough to finish, but not so much. So she's going to send me another skein.
So that's not something we have now then, right?
No, it's not something that we have. Every single yarn that I bring in, I try it first. I do a project with it and see how it works. Put it through its paces. If it says it's machine washable, I throw it in the wash machine, throw it in the dryer, see what it does. And if it acts and behaves nicely, then we may consider bringing it in. And so this yarn, I like the way it stripes. It's very nice.
Any concerns over it?
Not really, except for I ran out of yarn. Totally my fault. I weighed the 2 skeins, and I thought that if I go halfway with 1 skein, or a little less than halfway with the lighter skein, meaning that I had more yarn on the heavier skein, that I could finish. So I started with the lighter skein, went about halfway, what I thought was halfway, and I still ran out of yarn. So I guess that technique is not foolproof. Oh well, it's cool. I had fun doing it anyway. So when I'm doing these kind of blankets, hey Jim, can you show them this blanket up here? This was another pattern, oops, that I had done, and you can see it here with the lace ruffle on it. Sorry, Jim. And on these patterns, if you use the shell stitch, which is basically going into a stitch and doing a whole bunch of stitches in one area and making them puff up to make a half circle, and it makes a really cute edging. So for this corner to corner blanket, I will be putting an edge on it. And oh dear, where is my little, thank you, Jim. So I made this little tiny swatch, and I'm already trying to, and I was ripping it out and putting it back on, trying to figure out my edge. And so I'm working on that. I'll see what I come up with the end. What I really liked is on YouTube, there's always on YouTube you can find a wealth of information, but there is a Lion Brand Yarn Moogly, wonderful, wonderful lady doing crochet. And I'm looking to see, her name is Tamara. She does a great job with YouTube videos, and she did the corner to corner blanket, and that's how I saw it. You know, I'm always searching for something new. I'm always off on a tangent looking for something new, because I like to learn, and so finding something new for me is very exciting. I'm like, oh, I have to try that. Anyways, pretty cool.
Patricia says she likes to do the C2C blankets when she's watching TV.
Nice.
And just conversing. So it's a good knitting group project, I guess.
Oh yeah, I like them too, because you don't really have to memorize anything. You make like a square and then a square and a square until you get all the way to the end. And then you chain again, and then you go back in the other direction, go all the way to the end. And then you chain again, and it's just super simple. So I will show you what I'm talking about when I do this. Oh, but before I do that, I wanted to talk about our knit club. This knit club, Norwegian Autumn Rose, is done by Tara, who works for us.
This was the September club.
Yes, it's a September club. And here's my hat. I'm just doing the decreases for the top of the head right now. And I should be done with that today. It's turning out very cute. I like it. And I love the twisted brim on it. Tara did a great job doing this pattern, and there are a lot of people who have signed up to make the pattern and have done multiple hats or are doing multiple hats. Even our people who work here at Alpaca Direct are doing many of those hats, not just one. Sort of like potato chips, you can't get enough.
And there was extra yarn on this one, right? So they're making pom-poms and stuff.
Yes. See, this is my first skein of the brown, so I may have enough to finish the whole hat with that one skein. So I have a whole skein left over.
And there
So
was
it's
3
good.
skeins, right, in the kit?
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I wanted to talk to you a second because this yarn is made out of Simply Crea, and I thought maybe all of you might not know a ton about alpaca. I thought I'd go over it a little bit with you. So on this, that's not the right one. We're talking about the Simply Crea by Haiku, and this is Super Baby Alpaca. So what Super Baby Alpaca means is that it is a finer micron count than baby alpaca. It's even finer. So, and this, so if you had to choose, you have your regular baby alpaca, you have below that, a grade below that, meaning not quite as soft, is the super fine alpaca. So it goes super fine alpaca, then it'll go baby alpaca, then it will go super baby alpaca, which is super
This is really hard to get.
super nice alpaca, and then you would go to royal alpaca,
Which are those?
and this is a step above the super baby alpaca, and this is called Blue Sky Alpaca's Royal Petites, and super nice yarn. I love doing baby stuff out of that kind of stuff because it's so super soft and it's so lightweight on their heads they don't even know they're wearing it. So a lot of babies who will take a hat and fling it, you know, take it off because they don't like it. My granddaughter Evie will leave her hat on because I don't think she can really feel that it's on her head. You put any other hat on her head except for the super baby alpaca, and she rips it off right away. But with this super baby alpaca, she keeps it on. And I find that, you know, I just take a little bit of baby magic, and if her hat gets dirty or what have you, I just soak it in the sink with a little bit of baby magic and we're good to go. And I lay it flat to dry. Of course, you don't want to stretch out alpaca too much because it already has a tendency to stretch out because of the fibers. There's not very many barbs on the actual fiber itself, hence not a whole lot to hold it together, hence it can stretch out. So, something to think. Also, I just pulled a couple of these pure alpaca. This is baby alpaca, and I love hats made from alpaca for the winter time. If you're going to go out in the cold weather and you are needing
Who's that
to
by?
be warm, this is by Cascade Yarns Pure Alpaca, and we're going to be getting a larger stock of it in very soon. And then this Eco Puna, which is 100% baby alpaca. This is really nice quality yarn, and it is super soft in natural colors.
So there's no dye, right, in that one?
No dye in it. Yeah, it's really soft. Oh my gosh, if you haven't tried that Eco Puna, it's a great yarn to try. So I just wanted to mention that to you while we were talking about the Knit Club hat, because sometimes I've even had staff members come up to me and go, they had no idea what super baby alpaca was. It's like, oh, let me educate you, because I love alpaca, and I have searched the world over for products made from alpaca, and it is a hollow core fiber that is one of the warmest in the world, and I am always cold. So for me, being able to be warm and not complain about being cold is significant. It's actually life-changing, right, Jim? Because I can be whiny if I get cold.
So, why don't you
yeah.
mention about like how they can have different colors and there's no dye? Because people may not know about that with alpacas.
Right. There will be some yarns that are made in Peru, mostly. That's where we've seen that. And they use different berries and things, maybe beets, all different kinds of things they can use to dye the yarn without actually using chemicals. And you will find that some of the yarns that are dyed with chemicals, when you're feeling the different colors, you might find that one color is softer than another. And it's not, it is not just your imagination. So if they are using a dye that might be a little bit harsh, it may take some of the softness out of that fiber.
And
food for thought.
And also the natural colors, there's a lot of those, right, from alpacas?
Yes, they're like 22 natural colors that alpacas come in. So getting the actual natural colors is wonderful. And you know, a yarn that I haven't seen advertised a whole lot is a yarn by Baracco. It's instead of the regular Eco Alpaca, I mean the Ultra Alpaca, they have Ultra Alpaca Eco, and what that is an undyed yarns. And it's softer than the regular Ultra Alpaca. So if you haven't tried that, take a look at that as well. It's wonderful. So anyways, back to our crocheted project. This corner to corner blanket, it's like a 1-row thing. It's super, super simple. So I thought I would take a look at it with you and see if I can show you how easy it is. Now, I am going to my little instructions here. Aha. Okay, so we have our corner. This is a start on it. So we have 1 block right here. That's 1 block, and then 2 blocks, and then 3 blocks, and then I have started doing the next row.
And this is just sample yarn to show, right?
Yeah. So let me see if I can take it from the beginning. Let's pull that all out. I just wanted to show you. This is kind of cool. You know, for those of you who are knitters who've never tried crochet, it is really fun and it's something different. I don't know if sometimes you get tired of projects and want to try something different. I'm telling you, there are more and more of our knitters here at Alpaca Direct that are starting crocheting. So you start by 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then when Tamara first started, she flipped it over, and she did it through the purl bumps on the back. So you skip 3, and you do a double crochet in the very last 3 chains. Okay.
Suzanne said it's way easier to take out mistakes with a crochet.
It's way easier. And you know, Jim, can you pull Renee's blanket over here? I wanted to show you guys a little trick. If you're crocheting along, and I have mine just sitting here. See that mine right here? How that's just sitting there? It can pull out. I don't really care because I can do it again. So, but Renee has on hers, do you see how she has a locking stitch mark and it's just holding her yarn? Isn't that cool? So if you're a crocheter out there and you find that your work comes out, just put that locking stitch marker on it and you're golden, good to go. There. So now on this first block, I have the chain 3 and then 3 double crochet. And then what I do is I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now on the second one, Tamara likes to have us go under, see how it looks like a V knit stitch? You go under both V's. But it doesn't really matter if you go under both V's, 1 V or 2, it doesn't really matter. What I find that if you do it how it's comfortable for you, just as long as you're doing it the same every time, it's gonna look good. I think there's like 5,000 different ways to accomplish the same task. And if that twirls around like that, just kind of hold it a little bit and don't worry about it too much. I don't let it bug me. So I'm doing the 3 double crochets. And this last one is a little hard to get into. There you go. And then we're gonna complete that off there. Now, do you see how this is my chain 3 space from my first block. So all you do is you slip stitch into it, and then you would go again with your chain 6. And so, and you'll be, sorry, we have to do chain 3, and then we have to finish this second row of blocks. Don't get like me and get too excited and pass right on before you actually finish the section. So it's a chain 3 and then 3 double crochet. And if you look at it upside down right here, we have 1 block, and then we have 2, and now we're going to go again. So you chain 6, and then you just do it again. Let's see if I had 6. 3, oops, I got too excited and got 1 too many. So we had 7. And then we just do the yarn over and we skip 1, 2, and 3, and in the 4th chain we do a double crochet in that chain and then in the next 2 following. And we just do this over and over and over, and what you're doing is decreasing blocks with every row. And then when you get to a part where you think your blanket is wide enough, then you stop increasing on one side. And so I have a chain 3 and 3 double crochet, and then you just turn this so that you can see your chain 3 right here, and then you would slip stitch into it, right? And then you go 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 double crochet, 2.
So for the people joining us, what is it you're showing them?
I'm showing them how to get started on their corner to corner crocheted blanket, and it's just that simple. I'm just going blocks back in the other way, so every row I'm getting more and more blocks as I go up. So that's how you start your corner to corner blanket. And I'll show you the back side of this blanket. If you look at it, it's as beautiful on one side as it is. Do you see here?
It's reversible.
Yeah, it's nice on both sides of it, I think. It's beautiful. So this is the right side, but look at the back side, it still looks beautiful. So doing corner to corner is really fun. It's, I mean, I don't consider myself a very advanced crocheter, but I really do enjoy it, and it's something that I can easily accomplish. And like one of our viewers said, I like to watch TV while I'm doing it too. Sometimes you just don't want to have to think. And if you ever get to that point where you need to take a little break, you might try this because you'll really like it. It's fun, it's kind of addicting. So I really enjoyed it. So let's go here, and where are my notes? They're falling off the table, of course. All right, so let's take a look and see who was our winner for last week for our prize for the Sock Doctor. Aha, Linda Bright, you are the winner of this handy dandy little Sock Doctor. It is pretty cool. I think it's neat. I like this idea.
And we sold out of them already, so we have to get more in.
Yes, we sold out of them. And if you can let us know what your address is by contacting Alpaca Direct customer service, we can get that in the mail to you. And the prize for this week is going to be either the blue Swano or the red Swano, and you guys get to choose. And the way that you enter to win is you tell us what you're working on, put comments in the comment section, and all that stuff, and then you can be entered to win the prize for this week, which is, I love this Swano. It's a bamboo merino superwash blend that is fantastic, and I love it. All right, so this next week I'm going to be working on either, I kind of want to do a Martina Bem shawl, and I'm probably crucifying her name, but she does wonderful projects, and I am going to be either doing that or I might be doing a hat. I'm not sure. I was thinking about doing the skiff hat too. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for you. So I'll be working on something.
And you're finishing your sweater too, right?
Yes, and I'm still knitting along on my sweater, and I didn't bring it with me because my basket was already full. But it is coming along.
And that's with our new
I'm on
yarn.
the part where there's no increases or no decreases, and it's just straight working off the charts. And I'm just zooming right along on that, which is super easy. So anyway, I'm having fun with it.
Oh, there's
So
a question.
let me
What
know
color
what's done.
blue is the Swano that you showed? If you can hold those up.
Oh, this blue color is steel blue.
Okay, and hold.
It's called steel blue, and then the red is called barn door.
And the
Beautiful.
barn door keeps selling out too.
Yes, barn door is very popular color, but I like this still blue color too. I haven't made myself a sweater out of this sueno yet, and it's on my list to do before the end of the year, so I better get with it. I gotta figure out something I can make with this, because this yarn is nice. No itch whatsoever. It has a nice refreshing feel to it because of the bamboo, and it washes up beautifully. It has somewhat of a halo. You know, when I entered all my projects into the fair, the officials who were taking in the projects kept saying, "What is that yarn?" I'm like, I know, it's nice, huh?
And that was the sueno?
Yep, it was sueno. They like the sueno. I'm like, you guys have good taste. Yes, I like it too. Good stuff. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday, and it'll kind of be a surprise. We'll see. I have a few things that I'm working on, but I have a yarn that I'm testing. It's shepherd's wool worsted, and it's a fantastic wool that I really, really like, merino wool, matter of fact. And then I also, I don't know, I love doing shawls. So we'll see how it goes, and I will see you next week. So you guys take care and talk to you soon.